Paddington is that gray blob right
Oh
there.
my god, it's
And
so
there's Pumpkin.
large. It's like the same dimensions as the sheep. It's amazing. It knows I'm talking about it. Now it's looking at the sheep. This is incredible. I'm not judging you. I'm sorry. Oh.
Come here.
Oh, bye, cat. Well.
You want to be on radio?
Alright, let me find this. Let me find this. Cam wasn't first this time. Oh my god, look at this animal.
This one
It's
is
incredible.
Pumpkin.
It hates everything. I love it so much.
No, she loves everything.
I can tell. It shows. It shows.
Pumpkin is very aggressive about wanting to be pet. She feels like if you're just petting her with one hand, you could be doing better. You could be using both.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, there's a point there. It's just the, how,
Hi.
so, which one is, how many cats did they collectively eat to absorb their strength and power? Like,
It's hard to say.
yeah.
So many.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm giving your gigantic cat.
Alright. Let's snuggle with Paddington.
Oh my god. It's like, if they're next to each other, it's like they're a futon. Sorry guys, I'm just transfixed by this.
Yeah. This is really what I have to offer is cats.
Same.
And my sloth shirt.
Sure.
I'm gonna open the chat.
Yeah.
This won't be pretty.
Yeah. It's a rough one. It's a rough one this evening. Because I think we both just, I don't know that we, like, if we ever have anything to say, it's never what we end up talking about. And I know that we're both behind on shit, but if you bastards want it, here we are, just being a-holes in no particular direction. It's weird because I feel like there's this, like, silence in terms of stuff I'd normally follow, or just like
not a whole
King's
lot going
Concert.
on in fandom.
Mm-hmm.
There was a new preview for Supernatural. That looked really exciting.
Oh.
You know what I learned from rewatching bits of the last radios is that I need to actually talk into the microphone. Be helpful.
I mean, it's an option. It does look very professional when you do it.
Doesn't it? There we go. Yeah, the preview, did you watch it?
This is the first I'm finding out about it, but let's see if I can
basically
see if we can convince Mary. Hey man, Mary, you requested this, so wanna come talk about it?
Join us. The preview is basically Team Free Will in the car, and Cass and Dean aren't talking to each other. They're giving each other silent treatment, and then just like
I've seen it memes. It was so blending in with just every other time. It's like Cass's "I'm done with your shit" face that it was just, I didn't even occur to me.
But yeah, I think it's supposed to be a Cass-centric episode. I'm very excited.
Oh yeah. All right, Mary. I'm gonna DM you the thing.
Tasha is sewing a tutu. Is it for karaoke?
That is precious. Not gonna lie. That's adorable. Yeah. Okay, Mary, I sent you that thing. I think that Tasha's still a mod. Mary, your DMs.
You're doing great, Tasha. Doing great. You're clearly keeping order.
Yeah. Yes. This is well managed.
Cam says a friggin' domestic dispute.
Well, not wrong. I can't believe you've rewatched some of these. They are so long, which we are avoiding
not the
tonight.
whole
We're
thing.
not going to
Oh
go
my
for
god!
hours.
I just clicked through little bits of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh, sometimes I'm like,
oh, hello.
not the whole thing. Oh my god! I just clicked through little bits of it.
You gotta mute the YouTube.
There she is.
Oh, hi, buddy.
Hello.
Yes, Tasha. Excellent. I'm sure we'll be happy to write letters of recommendation based on your moderating skills. Do you want to tell us about the preview that came out this week, Mary? Can we hear her?
I think.
Okay, we can't hear you. I didn't somehow mute her, did I?
No, she's not muted.
Okay. No, we can't hear you. Mm-mm. Okay.
Oh, she has a Route 66 sign.
That's awesome.
That's so awesome. Tasha says yes. So the tutu is for karaoke. I'm going to be a unicorn because majestic as fuck. I'm so excited to see you be a unicorn.
Aww.
I take pride in my mod skills. Yes.
All right. Did she get a bell? See, I don't think she's making any noises either, which is counter to our causes here. Oh yeah, nope. Maybe just see sound on your.
I think I can read lips there.
Shit. Here, close it out and come back in. Because it might be that you unplugged the headphones. Yeah.
She has very pretty earrings.
True facts. Okay.
Let's try this.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Does it work?
Okay. It does.
Yay! Okay.
You did it. You did the thing.
I did the thing. How's it going, guys?
It's going. It's going. We're here.
You know.
Struggling.
I feel that.
Always struggling.
It's Wednesday, though. We accomplished so much. Hump day, you know.
Yeah, I had no idea it was Wednesday.
I do ADR on
I
Wednesdays.
don't even have anything to. Oh, how was it?
So-
oh, okay.
It was so that's how I know what day it is, pretty much.
I only
Plus
found out when somebody made noise in our watch party DM, and I was like, figured that out.
Yeah.
Working backwards. Must have the day before.
You know.
Yeah. That's right, I'm a pro.
It's gonna be great.
Do you have anything to say about this trailer promo thing that came out?
Trailer promo thing. Well, we do multiples, so I have no idea which one you guys saw.
Does it was Dean, Sam, and Cass in the car, and Cass is being bitchy. That's what I gathered.
Yes, that's a good scene. I enjoy that scene. You guys will too.
I'm really
there's to a degree where I can talk about something like that.
Yeah.
So No, that's
Yeah,
a
no.
hilarious scene.
I mean, whatever degree that is more than we are working with right now. Because I think Pineapple's supposed to be drawing Valentines, and I am avoiding
Oh.
cleaning my apartment.
I'm making
Oh.
Valentine's Day cards to hand out at Vegas
Oh,
Con.
yay! That'll be great. That's
Oh, you're coming
fun.
to Vegas, right?
Me? Yeah,
Yes.
I'll be at Vegas.
It's gonna be amazing.
It
Probably
is.
really dangerous for all of us, like immediately.
It's gonna. I'm excited.
In what way?
I feel like with this group of people coming together, just like
All the
the
shenanigans are gonna
potential
go down.
for,
Oh
I was gonna say, on a scale of like mischief to fuckery, I think we're gonna hit both ends.
God. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, Misha was talking about it with me today. And he was like, "Yeah, no, it gets ridiculous," and I was like, "This is gonna be fun. I'm excited."
Man, it's crazy because there's a whole like there's like an arc kind of thing. You do cons and you like there's a feel there's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you get a sense of it. But then it's Friday and you are not it's you've already been there a whole day. Actually 2 days. It's just everyone gets a little like a little intense by about halfway through.
And you're like, "Ah."
I've done only 2 cons, and last at TorCon, by day 3, I was just a shell of a human being. So I can't even imagine what Sunday in Vegas is going to be like.
You feel like it's almost like you come right back around the bend and you're like, I'm ready to live
You
here
get a
now.
second
But then it's
wind.
over. Like you've accepted it, you've adjusted, but then it's over.
Oh.
Which is good because then you realize you haven't eaten for 4 days or slept like a human. You've just like, I think your body just
You
turns
lived
on
it
like
up.
I'm going
emergency
to make
settings
sure
and you're like,
everyone
okay, I'm tuned in. Here we are.
You lived it up. What are you talking about? Come on.
Mm.
It's gonna be great. This is gonna be my second convention. Burbank was
your first, right?
It was, yes. That was fun. It seemed a bit tame to me. It was interesting to come in and know the show to the degree that I do, and then the first experience I got, like after getting out of work, was somebody falling at my feet and crying.
Wow.
That kind of threw me off, and they didn't know who I was, but they had just cried because they had met Osric, and I was like, what is what is this weekend going to be like? What am I in for?
That is super. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun though. It was great to meet everybody that I've talked to on Twitter and stuff, and yeah.
It was pretty small. It was Vegas on the other hand is massive, like in every aspect. Like the venue itself is, no matter where you go in, you have to walk like a mile in the building to get to the convention area.
Dang.
Like it's not really a mile, but it feels like it.
You're like, it's forever and ever and ever.
Someone measured it, and it's a 3/4 mile round trip.
Oh wow. What's his name?
Pumpkin. She's
Oh,
a little angry right now.
she looks quite tame. Oh, I can hear her.
They're just memes. Look at the big angry one in the back. It's like the state
I know,
Pokemon
he's just
Marshmallow, but
like
full of
me.
rage. Fantastic. That was a screen cap I
She's
needed.
so
in my life.
whiny. Such a baby.
I enjoy your victory poster, by the way.
Thank you.
I have the Van Gogh version of the TARDIS going in. It's
Oh,
great.
I love that one. That was good. Paddington.
So let me just.
Here. And then I have someone to show. And then I can move my computer. Oh, he's running. I have little Gimli.
You have
Oh,
the
you're
rabbit.
buddy. Come here. Come here. I got him this thing. I bought him this toy where it's like it all goes in here and he has to try to fight for the carrots.
Oh,
It's fucked up, Mary.
I didn't know they had
It's
bunny
him to-
toys.
Interact, okay?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Come here.
Giving him fake carrots that he can't even have. Look at
No,
that
no,
cigarette
no,
sitting
no,
on the
no, no.
wall.
I give him real carrots, but when he comes out, he gets like fake little carrots that he can chew on because he loves to chew everything. Like he chewed through my Cintiq cord.
Oh no.
And I was like,
Those are not cheap to replace.
no. And I was like, all right, so we will get you a bunch of chew toys. Just chew those.
Aika says, Doctor Who fans unite. Yes, do
Yes.
that.
Come here.
God, that thing in your wall is cool.
Yeah.
You and Tally have really fucking cool apartments. Animals.
Who's getting me?
Ah!
Oh my god.
He's not happy with me right now.
Just like a high speed blur of fuzzy rage.
I know. He's in his little strawberry dome right now.
Like you do. That's where I go when I'm feeling stressed.
You're like,
Strawberry
shit,
Dome is
man.
where I need to
I
be.
don't want to be interacting. There you go. It's going to be entertaining. Okay.
Oh my god, he's so precious. Look at his little strawberry house. I've turned into Abby. I'm just like,
I hope she heard that. She'll be like in the chat, not commenting until that thing. Yeah, I'm also Team Paddington. He's more straightforward with his rage cam.
So what did you guys do today? What's been up? What's been new?
I spent most of my day agonizing over meet and greet auctions for the con, but I won my spot in Richard's meet and greet. So I'm very
Oh,
happy.
nice. There you go. That's cool.
I'm so excited for you and that human being to talk at one another. You know, just like when you just want awesome people to meet other awesome people. It's like, yes, interact. Just do that.
It's going to be great. I can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see you. I've just quietly, low-key standing with the bunny photos and stuff.
He's like, oh.
It's kind of over you, but like the rabbit is really, she's there for you.
I know. I've been trying to make him a therapy bunny, so it's easier to bring him places.
Oh.
He does help de-stress and everything, not going to lie. But yeah, everybody at work has a field day to the point where some pitched in and got him like his own little hut to stay at the studio so he can just visit as he wants.
That's amazing.
If we all didn't love Supernatural enough.
I know, right? Bob Singer goes crazy for it. It's great. He loves to like snuggle up with him and everything.
To hear. That's like Skeletor loves kittens to us. And I say that without shame because I know almost nothing about that man, other than the rage we project onto him. So it's just that he likes bunnies.
He's nice. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. But you know, he looks like he's gonna murder somebody on that bed.
I thought you were still talking about Singer.
Oh no. We're onto the cat now that's sitting on the bed giving like the death glare.
Yeah, no, I cannot get over how much the size, like the sheep and the cat are like.
I think there's like some sort of optical illusion happening because the sheep is really big.
Are we though
Look,
thinking
that
that's
cat is large. I don't think she understands how big that fucking cat is.
It's pretty fucking big.
Yeah, that cat could take it. Could take that shit.
Yeah. Easily. Gimli. Don't.
So, all 13 of our viewers here.
Ooh, what up, 13 viewers?
This is that's actually pretty impressive for the middle of the night. Please zoom in on the cat. I don't know how to do that, bud.
CSI.
In case some of those 13 don't know what it is you do specifically, do you want to go ahead and explain?
Yeah, sure. So being the post coordinator, I deal with all the stock footage. I deal with ADR and making sure that everybody sounds great, as well as dealing with like music, if we need playback, which is like the stuff that you'd see on the TV or on the cell phones. I deal with the invoices and making sure that everybody gets paid.
Can I mention the voiceover thing?
Yeah.
This is amazing. At our watch party, by which I mean like the agonized result of like 2 hours trying to find our way to tallies, was we put on the episode, and the version we had didn't have the actress that's talking to Sam Smith on the phone. So of course that's Mary's job. So Mary's sitting on the couch while Mary is talking to Mary on the TV. I just lost my shit. I was like, this is not acceptable. She's crossing streams. It's too crossover, too meta. And then she was then responsible for everything else that happened in the episode. I heard her on the phone. There's no denying it.
Yeah,
It was
so
crazy.
it's interesting because like I'll do temp VR and like our assistant editors and some of the writers will occasionally do like the temp VR, ADR until we get the actual actress to come in, and then even then you'll hear me on the show. So like that's like a little Easter egg, is that the fact that like you could hear me in the background somewhere and like you have no idea that it's me or who I am.
Mary's up in your shit. No idea, but she's there.
But like I'm there. You don't know, but I'm there. So like for example, a great example is like with like the episode that Rick Springfield gets introduced, and he's got like the groupies and they're like, oh come on, like shots on us, woo, like let's go to the bar. Like that's me.
That's awesome.
And it's like, and you get to like change and to be like have different accents and like sound like different people, which is like entirely fun, especially because what's happening is there's loop groupers and they're like 5 sets of people that are like covering the background actors, and they're essentially like changing their voices to sound like completely different people, which can get hilarious, especially if you were to hear or focus on the actual dialogue in the back, because we're talking about
I want
absolutely
to watch an episode
nothing.
only with that.
You're gonna be like, okay, let's hear this lip moving. Gimli, I'll stop. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. It can be, it's cool. Like today, Loop Group did like 4 hours of just doing background stuff for like a 42-minute episode.
So is that voluntary?
Yeah, no, they're actually paid voiceover actors, and yeah.
I thought it was just like they grabbed whoever was at the office, like, listen, fucks.
No. So we have a Loop Group coordinator, and he chooses people that sound similar or can sound like somebody that we would need. So like sometimes you need, what are you doing? Sometimes, sorry, Gimli keeps chewing on cords. Sometimes you would need somebody that has like a deeper voice, or like you're looking at somebody and they're like, that sounds like they have higher pitches. Like they have a higher pitched voice than that person over there. So then you have to get like a range of people. And if it's like more of a male dominated show, we're gonna have more male loop groupers. And then we would have female. But yeah.
I tuned out so that I could post a screen cap of you talking about the thing I was not actually listening to right at the end there.
That's fine.
Just here for you, buddy. Here for you. All right. Well, that's cool as shit.
Yeah.
Is there... You've got to have a weird relationship with, like, coworkers versus celebrity kind of thing? Like seeing people that you work with at cons and stuff. Like, how does that translate?
It's interesting. It's, I don't know, like, it's just like, it's like anything else. Like, I don't get to see the actors much.
Mm-hmm.
So the only time that I will see them is if they come in to do ADR, which sometimes may mean that they will do a bunch of it. Like they may have like an hour's worth of ADR, or they might have like 10 minutes and just come in for like a few minutes. And some might not even come in at all. And so it's weird to a degree to see them in their element, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Doing something that's different from the show, but like at the same time getting to completely be themselves. But at the same time, it's like, it's so natural because like when I went to BurkCon, I had met like Misha and Robin Rich and all those guys, and from before the show, before like going to the convention. But being there, it was like they were so welcoming, and it was so like they really want to make you feel like you're family and a part of the whole experience, which is really nice.
There was such a wholesome answer. It was amazing.
You know,
what is like the favorite part of your job? It's the funnest thing you get to do.
Before I answer that, I love your earrings.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Favorite part of my job? There's a wide variety. I really love ADR. Because I feel like I'm more hands-on in that sense. Like I'm hands-on with a lot of stuff that I do for the show. But like with there, I feel like I'm really getting into it. I'm actually getting to work with the actors compared to like sitting at a desk and just finding stock footage or finding like what have you and doing invoices, which is pretty cool.
I thought you said snack footage. I was like, yeah, that would be nice.
Snack footage, yes. We do a play-by-play of all the snacks.
I am industry, Mary.
Oh, clearly. But yeah, no, I really love ADR. I think that's my favorite piece of it.
Cool.
Sorry, my phone just started playing it twice.
That happened to me earlier.
Have you ever just wanted to just put something real fucked up into the show? Just like some really, really scene inappropriate music, or just like it would be really funny if.
I mean, you'll always have those moments.
So what I'm really getting at is indulge me. Tell me.
Like there's like you'll have those moments where you're like, imagine if like this ridiculous song has come in and then like everybody's like, what the fuck? Like there's scenes like that you guys don't see because of like the dailies, because that's another thing I do is like watch all the dailies, and I'm collecting all the stuff for the gag reel, and
Oh my god.
and so
Sorry, it was just instinctive.
you know.
Fucker.
And so it's really fun and it's really educational in that sense of like, because I get to see the other takes and the other things and what the show could have been molded into if you saw different POVs. And but there's like some takes where you're just like, the boys are fucking with like Misha or somebody, and you're just like, now just imagine if you let that play out, like. Because like there's scenes where like they can keep a straight face and it's full on like they're going at it with with the dialogue and just slightly making it to see who cracks first. And I'm like, that could easily, which is eventually why you guys start seeing shaving people punching things, is like those scenes really are coming out. And like you're seeing like the internet thinks you're crazy is like a great example of like,
I see. Yeah.
Cracks. Like, but yeah,
we love getting those videos.
They're fun.
I posted a screenshot, which you look really good in, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
And I said in chatting with SBN post coordinator Mary Manchin, get an education, and Scout responds, gasps. That's the thing that was taken for him.
Sing.
Did you? You meant? Oh yeah, you meant Scout.
Oh, I like the screenshot of me and my cat.
I like the screenshot of me and my cat. Gold. That's a great sentence.
I really wanted to embody the spirit of the film, which is just like the evil cat in the foreground and the fucked up angry cat in the background.
He
He's not
looks like
fucked up. I was too far into that sentence
Those
to save it.
eyes look like little demon eyes now that I'm looking at it. Oh, I gotta like this. All right.
Alicia asks, is there a database with certain shots like the LA stuff in the Springfield episode? Or how do you get that?
That was all me, and that's all trial and error of like what the executives like. So I had to compile. So like in the script, they'll give you like a general idea of like what may go there, or like what they'd like to see go in to that section. And so like for the LA shots, for example, I had to make sure that I was able to get clearances for everything, as well as the execs all like the angles and the shots and the degrees and like
the degrees,
all certain degrees of it, because like you'll see one section of it, like one angle, and then there's like so many other different angles where I'm like, okay, but you could have like this version, and then there's like this section, and then there's like, so like, yeah, there was a lot for that one. I had gone through like over 150 shots that I had given to like the execs to like choose what they wanted. Yes, yes, it is.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
There you go, Scout.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, the stock footage comes in when like we need to define more of where they are, or like sometimes like if an episode's running shorter, you'll see more stock photos in it. Just to keep us like on schedule and everything. Which is like, that's why you don't see a lot of stock footage, just because like we have so much material.
Yeah. I bet you could probably you could take, I mean, because they keep all that stuff. I think Adam mentioned once that they keep all that footage that they've taken for a given episode. Like it's on a hard drive somewhere, or like or whatever the equivalent is there. You could probably
Adam
like craft
and
an entire
VFX?
different show. Yeah.
Yeah, so with them, they have I'm sure they collected, they have a certain database of their stuff, because what will happen is that sometimes I'll have to give them a shot to manipulate to make a completely different, like a hotel or something like that, because we can't get clearances, but we really like the angle of it and like where it's located. But yeah, no, so they have their own like certain type of database, and I have just a log of all 12 years of like what stock footage they have used and what to avoid, so we don't run into like multiples and stuff.
Jeez. That sounds like actual serious work in database keeping. It's like terrifying thinking about it for me.
You know, it's just all organizing. But everybody's done a great job of it before me, of keeping it logged and doing all that fun stuff. But,
How long have you been on Supernatural?
as of January 27th, it was a year.
Oh.
So I had started out as the PA, and then Todd had left, and there was a lot going on of like Jeremy with his new show, and so there's like a bunch going on where like some people went to other shows, and majority of the people stayed, but I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to get promoted after about 4.5, 5 months of being a PA to the coordinator, which was pretty cool.
Abby says, is your job the kind you take home with you, or do you get to check out when you leave work for the day?
It depends on the person. So personally for me, I keep going when I leave. So like for me, I'll watch to keep myself afloat of like where everything's going. Like I watch dailies at home a lot.
So short answer, no. You just live Supernatural.
Short answer, no. I eat, breathe, and live Supernatural. I'll deal with actors and stuff over vacation, but it's not like anything pressing. Like I'll take care of more serious stuff if I'm home. But
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the chat.
it's okay. What? No. Now you need to.
Oh, I got nothing. I got nothing. I was just looking at the people talking and thinking, wow, what a great bunch of
Riley
assholes.
says
Like, they are
hashtag
great,
always
but
keep
also
working.
assholes. Yes,
Always keep
working. Dude, I feel that. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing of like, it works well if like you enjoy where you are, and I really enjoy the job that I'm at and the people that I work with. So for me, even though it's like working at home and I'm still working, it's nice. Like I don't feel like I'm really working, especially when it comes to like dailies. And even then, what I'll do is like set up my Cintiq, which is essentially like a second desktop, and like work and then watch dailies. It's like multitask.
I have a Cintiq right here.
Hey.
Mainlining Supernatural at all times. So, be honest, is there like an R-rated gag reel that we'll never get to see?
Um,
I take back the be honest part.
there's
Because
there's a version that like the crew will see and then that you guys will see. So like they'll get like
I imagine it went down that way.
yeah, because we have to cut it up a little bit more when it gets to consumer. So we'll show them like the ridiculous like raunchy stuff as a mixture of like most of what you see is like what the crew sees. There's like a couple scenes that we have to take out, but like that's about it.
I imagine it's not too different in principle from some of these that we make private after they're over. You're like, you know what? Nobody really needs to revisit that. Maybe let's not make that available in perpetuity to everybody.
I mean, you essentially get a live version of the gag reel when you guys go to cons. So let's be real here.
That's true.
But yeah, so there's always going to be stuff that like, because there's so many gags that like, there's just too much to put for any consumer to watch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure like you guys would love it. I'm sure you guys would love it, but it's like more of like,
they think we don't want a 3-hour gag reel, but
you would be wrong. If you think we won't pay exorbitant amounts, like criminal amounts of money for it, you would be wrong.
Oh God. Yeah, no, we sadly
we're not actually making you responsible for that, for the record. Mary, I'm just saying, give us the
heck, come on now. Yeah, no, it's fine.
This is when we turned on Mary.
I know.
Turn to the chat on Mary. Have you been in LA the whole time, or did you move here for the job, or?
So I moved out here a year and a half ago. I'm originally from upstate New York, Syracuse, and I had just graduated, and I had gone to the Cannes Film Festival. And I had gotten over a dozen job opportunities, and
well, fuck.
I know. And so one of them was working for a finishing house, VFX house, essentially. Like, let's be real. It was a VFX house.
Does that mean you're just like translate for the uneducated here?
A VFX house?
Yeah. Just like that's where you add special effects, and that's their business. Like that's the entire.
Yeah. So like, for example, like Adam and those guys, like whenever you guys call out VFX, they're like a VFX house. So they just dedicate themselves to the show to do VFX. So for me,
sorry, I was laughing at screenshots of my cat being posted.
That's fine. So for me. So visual.
Sorry, Violet and Scout are over here talking about like they've just taken the words 3-hour gag reel to a really unsavory place.
Oh, sweet
involving
Jesus.
Snuff films and there's some onomatopoeia that we all could have lived long, healthy lives without. Sorry, you were saying?
So I was saying, so I used to do tech.
Sorry, just thought about it again. 3-hour gag reel as a porn. Okay.
That's just no.
I didn't. Just
welcome to A-Hole Radio.
I'm checking. Who was it? It was Scout.
That would be Scout and Violet, which I think is a really volatile combination.
Shaking my head at both of you.
Where's your shame, Aolua?
Oh God! But yeah, no. So I was working for the laugh.
No, it's not cute. It's the shame owl. It's when Lua is disappointed in all of us.
Oh well, I can join in on that. My favorite animal is owls, so I've got like a shitload of owls all over this place.
It's like I got a lot of shame.
I got a lot of shame. So much shame around this place. I have no idea.
I wanted to ask you, what do you fangirl over? Like, what do you lose your shit over?
What do I lose my shit over?
I mean,
good question.
closest to.
I don't know. I really don't know. like I'll fangirl over some stuff, but it's like for me, I don't get too crazy. So like I really enjoy like Doctor Who and
I shouldn't say lose your shit over. There's got to be a way to distinguish, like,
What are you passionate about?
yeah, like
passionate about.
Entertainment wise.
Entertainment wise, what are you passionate about?
Not necessarily.
No, I really enjoy like horror, and so like American Horror Story is like a favorite show of mine, and Doctor Who. It's like some stuff like that is like I'll be like, oh my god, like that's so great. Like it was cool and it was great because like some of the trailers for American Horror Story to like throw you off this season was based on my work.
Ooh.
And so that was pretty cool to be like, this show that I really enjoy is all about making it my work just throw some people the fuck off of what the actual story is.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. I don't know. That's a good question. I can come back to that. I'll think about it. Give you a legit answer.
Okay. Do you oh man, this is a dangerous path to go down.
Dangerous path. Oh good.
Is there anything about fandom that you find like inexplicable or still don't quite get, or it's just
I don't know. I mean,
I started to accidentally set you up to criticize. It's not what I meant to do. Just like
no,
things
I know
that
what
are,
you mean.
yeah.
I don't know. Like sometimes there isn't anything right now, but like if there is, like for at least this show.
Oh, we just lost your sound. Negative.
Maybe her earphones unplugged.
I think they did, and then she plugged them back in, so it's not recognizing them.
How about now?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Woo! Okay. I have no idea what happened. Because they were still plugged in the whole time. Yeah, if I ever have questions or like I kind of try to ask the fandom in like a polite way. Just because it's just like for me,
I think we've all seen quite the range of approaching things that are new. So like the whole spectrum. So that's appreciated.
because for me personally, I've never truly loved like a show or anything like to the extent as the fans have for this show. And so I'll ask like occasional questions of like, what makes you appreciate this much or something like that, just to get like an idea of like where they're coming from. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Not gonna lie, I have nothing at the moment, but I think I'm doing pretty good for a completely impromptu midnight interview.
Like I feel like we've just tricked you into doing an interview. You're like, do you want to come on radio? Now we're gonna grill you.
Well, because there's this pressure to again not have dead air. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. That's completely fair.
Like even though we started this just to go in a completely different direction and then just like entertain ourselves, there's still that like, you know.
I mean, but that's fine. Like I'm fine like answering the questions because it gives you like a better idea of like what post does, because like it's not just VFX. Like we do all the editing and we help do with promos and like there's a lot more to it.
I thought it was interesting when we talked last week. You'd mentioned that it didn't seem like the fandom was particularly interested in that section of
yeah,
or like that department, and I had thought like, well, they don't really give a shit about us, is what I thought. You know what I mean? Like these crazed, distant fans that we never interact with. So it's weird that it's happening on both sides.
Yeah. No, yeah, we love you guys.
We barely love us.
That's the spirit. So what do you do?
Me?
No, I know your story, Lua. For the most
Yeah.
part, I kind of know your story.
I'm glad that makes one of us. Pineapple?
Yes, pineapple.
I worked in video games.
That's
I
pretty
started
fucking cool.
a small independent game studio with a bunch of friends, and we made a couple games. One was really successful, and now I want to not work in video games, so I'm in a sort of like limbo place where I'm not sure what I want to do.
Okay.
That is where I am right now, and that's why I am up till 3 a.m. on the East Coast doing a whole radio.
I mean, that's pretty awesome, though. The fact that you started your own company and that you had a successful game, like that's pretty great. Like, not a lot of people can say that.
Yeah. Successful by indie game standards, but
that's still,
yeah.
Indie games are pretty fucking sweet.
Especially with video games, it's like luck because there's just so much of it. There's just so much choice.
Exactly.
The market is flooded, so
it's very true.
Viral. You're lucky.
So, what was your successful game?
It's called Starwall. It's basically a multiplayer fighting game. You're narwhals in space stabbing each other in the heart, and it just.
I actually have heard of that. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I actually have too. I had to sit like when you mentioned it a few days ago.
That's so interesting. It's so weird to me when people have heard of it other than through me. Like it always just fascinates me. I mean, it's on every major gaming platform. Like,
but that shows you how successful
she
it is.
said casually.
I know, right? You know.
Yeah, the day it was released on the Wii U, the Wii U was probably the platform it did not do well on. But I was like, I just made a Nintendo game. This is exciting. This is like. Because I grew up with like a controller in my hand, so that was like amazing.
Yep, me too.
That's so cool. Let's interview Pineapple. Fuck.
Yeah, right. The Pineapple.
How's that?
Oh my god.
Did you before? Were you always I associate people that create or write about indie games with YouTubers for some reason. Like that, I feel like that culture is centered around YouTube. Did you ever participate in that, like on that platform a lot, or were you always Twitter, Tumblr, any of that?
I've always watched gaming stuff on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, really important to like that's a really important thing in getting your game popular is getting YouTubers to play it. Because we made something that it wasn't by design, but it turned out to be a really fun spectator game. People really enjoy watching other people play it. And that's kind of how it took off is a lot of YouTubers started playing it. They started doing Let's Plays. Like PewDiePie played it. And
shit.
yeah, it has 8 million views. It's bizarre.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Huh. Like Game Grumps, Achievement Hunter. Achievement Hunter liked it so much they backed our Kickstarter when we were kickstarting it originally. And they actually picked a perk where they got their faces in the game. So you could actually you have like little costumes you can put on the whales, and one of them is a little astronaut. It's like a little helmet, and we put their faces in it.
That's so great. Wait, so how do we make a Kings of Con video game? And just play it? Like, don't even tell them ever. Just like play it where they can see it.
Completely unofficial.
At some point.
Oh gosh, I'm not a programmer, so we would need one of those.
Surely we can wrangle one.
Hi.
Oh, okay, good.
I was actually an animation major, so I learned how to design, develop, and program games, apps, and websites.
What? I went to school for animation, but we learned none of that.
I didn't go to school for shit, but I am a great enabler.
But you were good at stuff.
See, this is some magic happening. I'm just saying. Make a fully functional Kings of Con video game.
Lou's gonna produce it.
And there we go. Is that what it's called when you just just stick your nose in everybody's shit and make them do stuff together? Because I feel like that's what I do.
I'm not super clear on what a producer does.
I know that's what I do. I force people to interact until something creative comes out of it, and then
you're like, yes, it's done.
I run away from it and take no responsibility. That's what I do.
So wait, what got you designing, like doing video games? Because like that's not a female-dominated world.
Oh God, it's not. When I was in school, like I was taking animation, there was a game development program. So I knew a guy who was in that program, and then I started hanging out with all those guys. And after school, like everyone was working. There's not a whole lot of jobs in Ottawa where I am, so everyone started working like
Canada.
jobs that were not that. And then we started just getting together on evenings and weekends to make a game for fun. And then it just sort of turned into a real job.
That's
Like,
pretty
in and of
awesome.
itself. Just
That's so great. I love to hear stories like that where you do the thing you love until it turns into a real job.
That's great.
I think that's what Callie and I sort of bonded over, because she has a real job now. I do not, but I freelance, I think is the word I'm going to use as of now. I was going to say freelance. Sometimes people pay me to do the thing, but she also got her start in editing out here in LA. She made fan videos, fan trailers, and now she works on real trailers, as far as I
that's
understand.
awesome.
That's cool. I did not know that that's how she got into it.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, hey, I got where I am because I had designed and developed an app when I was, and then showed it off in France and was like, hey,
Like you do.
I'm mainly focusing.
Just go to France.
I mean, well, okay. So I got into film festivals. Long story short, the school I went to, SU, Syracuse University, had paid for me to go to Sundance to go network. And so I was like, all right. And then I got really on the kick of film festivals. So when I graduated, 2 hours after I graduated, I jumped on a plane to the Cannes Film Festival because I was one of 25 chosen in the world to go network at
wow.
This is such
their
an
film
interesting
festival.
conversation for the middle of the fucking night.
I know, right?
Sorry.
And so there is when like I really started to get into it. And from there, I kind of like, because what I was doing before I moved out to LA was I was a graphic designer for the marketing department of the university I was working for, I was working at, going to school and working for them. And they were really supportive and helpful they knew I wanted to do graphic design, but they also knew that I wanted to do more in it and be more creative and be animation. So they let me do little animations. They let me do like full on like pieces that could be for like a commercial or something, which got me a position made up at a company out here where I was a junior VFX artist. And then from there I got to work on like Walking Dead and all the superhero shows and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah. But it's fun to see people get to where they want to be because they just love what they do and want to continue on doing that. And will do anything that they want to get to that level.
Yeah, I feel. Pilot says I feel very boring and unsuccessful right now. Cam says I've come back to say same. Look, I don't think that there's the gap that you might be feeling is a real thing. Because I say this all the time, based on very little, but my own. No, I'm not going to undermine my experience here because I exist on the internet and I have for several years, like full time. That's what I fucking do. Apart from disability, apart from other factors. But there's example after example after example. Like do the thing you love relentlessly, and somebody will pay you for it.
Mhm.
Like you just keep doing that. It's gonna happen. So either you know what that is, keep doing it, or you don't yet. So just keep enjoying things, and eventually one of those things
Yeah.
can stick and become the thing you love.
And all it takes is one person to recognize you.
Viola, you did good. You did awesome. That sounds so patronizing. I didn't mean that. She said, I left my house today for soup, cat food, and anti-anxiety pills. Hey, those things are important.
Yeah, no, those are quite important. Good on you.
Oh, don't confuse me for a functional human being. No. I don't think, although out of anyone, I doubt anyone's confusing me for that, but
That's how I got into porn. Oh my god.
Yeah, I just read that.
I decided to finally go where I can see the comments as well. So
And then you regret it. No. I would love the comments.
I think Violet is lashing out because she wants to come talk again. Violet, do you want to come talk? She's gonna. I think I'm gonna get the
oh, Mary's badass. Oh, thanks, Tally.
I like we're having this conversation like we're not like 4 of us aren't gonna see each other tomorrow.
I know.
Thanks, Tally. We'll be at Tally's apartment tomorrow.
LA is so inconveniently far away from me.
I almost feel guilty that it is so convenient to live here.
It
Because
really
like,
is
oh,
when you
I'm
think about
jealous
it.
that you live out there. I'm like, it actually is great though.
It's like,
It's super convenient.
brain.
so many things going on.
Yeah.
You gotta move out here, Pineapple.
I'm Canadian. I feel like I can't just.
I don't
feel
even
You gotta
go.
move out here, Pineapple.
Trump has feelings about people coming into your country.
I mean, that's, yeah.
We don't have. He doesn't
Don't worry,
exist
we
here.
won't go
We don't need to talk about politics
talk
here.
about it.
No politics in this discussion.
It's a safe space.
Exactly.
Ah,
Oh, thank you about my hair color being amazing. Yeah.
I think Scout's gonna drop in. She's also just drawing. Have you
Yay.
successfully drawn yet, Pineapple? Or are we distracted?
no, because this is so interesting that I've just been really focused.
Yeah. I feel like such an asshole that I've never asked about your background because you get so used to meeting people on Twitter and they just like they exist in your periphery
Mhm.
and then you start interacting on things that are happening in the moment and then it just continues. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's
like I just
completely
accept
fine.
that Pineapple ambiently exists, being fantastic in Canada, just drawing stuff, loving life. Like
Personally, like that's, I mean, yeah, no, I completely get that. Like, fuck, like there's so many people that like you meet on Twitter and like other social media platforms that you just start really talking to them and then get to know them for them. That like it gets to a point where you're like, oh fuck, what do you do? Huh?
Yeah,
What-
there's like
it was
this
amazing to find out how many people when Travis was fucking with me, how many people I know are actually lawyers.
Oh wow.
Like more than a dozen. Like, hey, by the way. Oh, okay.
I got you.
Oh yeah. There's
that sounds-
I think there hasn't been a time where I didn't have some stupid idea and I tweet out like, hey, do we know any X, Y, or Z? Like, hey, I need a physicist. Hey, I need a tax adjuster or a what was the thing? It was a grant review somebody every single time. It's either yes, that's me, or like, oh, my buddy though, they did Gishwez with me.
Scout has joined this video call. Scout.
Scout
feel
can
like
be
this
upside
is-
down.
Gishwas has probably led to people making a lot of interesting connections. Just, like,
Dude,
actively
the
seeking
ones
out.
I have
weird-
heard
So many
about.
cool people.
Just
She is
amazing.
upside down.
I still can't fix it.
I don't understand how
device are
you've done that.
I don't. Well, it did it itself. I didn't do anything. I just turned it on.
Are you using a tablet?
I am using a tablet.
Have you tried turning it around?
It's attached to a keyboard, so it can't like stay up on its own in any other way.
Okay.
All right.
It's like
All right, we all got
I
there.
think you
I'm
might
too
have
lazy to detach it.
So
There's
are we
nothing
making
for me
this
to,
Keys
like,
of Con
prop it
video
up
game or
against.
what? Oh my god, the players, the characters you could play could be the social mavens.
Oh,
Oh,
You could just like
Oh,
manage
oh,
Robin
wow.
Rich, just like try so hard.
Robin Richard just in the background.
I like this.
Really just the Carly and
Just
Ellie
like,
game.
really just trying to get everyone through their struggles.
Yeah. In high school, a friend and I, we got like an assignment that was like make a board game. And instead of doing that, we made an entire interactive RPGs where you played as like a student and you had to fight all the teachers and the main boss was the principal. And we got like awards and shit for it, but I haven't done it since. It's been a long time.
Why not?
So,
I don't think that's the thing anybody goes out of their way. Like, I don't know, unless you love it.
Yeah, and it was super technical and stuff, and I enjoyed doing the design more than the actual programming. So
I was
mean-
gonna say, then I remembered you live in middle of nowhere, Iowa, that you should go to like a game jam. If you don't know
That
what
sounds
that
like a made-up thing.
is, a game jam
Yeah,
is
no.
Jam.
Welcome
these
to the
events.
I don't even
Game
know what that
Jam.
God damn it.
48 hour, no. God damn it. It's a 48-hour event. There's a few of them that happen. Some of them happen just online, but there's some of them that are physical events where people gather at universities or whatever, and it's for professionals, hobbyists, students, where you're given a theme, you form a team, and you have 48 hours to make a game, which is basically just a prototype of a game, but
Yeah.
it's really, really fun because then you have artists, people like, like you, Scout, like that meet programmers and, other people who do music and stuff like that, and like they get together and they create a game. Yeah, it's fun.
I think
That's how we
Tally
made
did
Star Wall,
sound
actually.
design. Just saying.
Yeah. If I could get someone to do all of the programming and all of the technical stuff, I'd be happy to provide. But it was such a pain, and I had another person that worked on it with me, so it wasn't just me doing it.
Yeah, it tends to be people do more technical or more art. It's hard to find like unicorns who are really good at both.
Yeah,
Jeez,
and
I would
it
imagine.
was a team effort.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I decided to spend enough hours, I would be able to figure out how to put together a Kings of Con game. But I'm not going to.
I think it's
Games are
Well-
a massive undertaking.
Yes.
just like I have been plotting this whole time, which is to get Pineapple, Scout, and Audrey to write a show together. And they've expressed that it's literally going to take getting locked into a room for 2 months. Just
Yeah.
like no way out. That's
Also, Anne, right?
yeah. Oh, I thought I mentioned it. I don't know. But it's weird. She also went to school for animation. And
Yeah.
I think she told Scout and I this. She's like, yeah, I didn't stick with it though. I just instead went into something like it was like ancient Japanese culture and also
What?
quantum physics or some crazy shit.
Yeah, it was something. I don't remember the other one, but I do deeply remember her being like, "Yeah, I was like in quantum. I was basically a scientist." It's like, what the hell? What happened?
How does this
Okay,
not come
I'm
up?
gonna guess that's like a. All right.
The most
Something
interesting
happened
in
there.
the world. It's like
It's interesting knowing that there's
I'm a scientist.
like within this conversation, like we've already had like 3 discussions with like animation majors and stuff, which is like for me, it's like rare to hear somebody that's like, oh yeah, I did animation, which is pretty fucking awesome, especially because like everybody that I've met, everybody and their mother is like, I did film, I want to be a writer, and I'm like, all right, well,
I guess that's pretty common in LA.
I know. I'm like, all right, well, I guess
Here.
I guess no animators out there.
Yeah, I've never, until I started like going out, I had never met anyone that was even in art. So it's exciting for me.
Scout.
I'm
lives
picturing your
in Iowa
town
with a
like
lot of
this
corn.
one stop sign held up by a tire, and
Yeah.
not having any questions.
All of a sudden, she's like, you're an artist?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, they're real.
Noting the supernatural fandom does film. Fucking nobody. I
What?
tried to use that
Seriously?
as an incentive for something.
I'm actually quite surprised by that.
Yeah, fucking nobody. I've seen,
I know some.
well, I
Stop
mean,
calling you out.
so I'm there. I've not met anyone in the supernatural fandom.
Oh, okay.
Is that better?
That's better. Because I was like, yeah, I know a couple. I know a few.
Oh, well, we cleared that up. But you would think,
This conversation.
You would think, I don't know, that there'd be more. But
Is
so
this in
far I
relation
have
to the thing you wanted to do about Kings of Con?
What?
no.
Like the ones that you wanted to. Is that what this is for?
Oh no. It was for some. It was for a thing that I was working on with Adam Rose. Is a pitch for something.
Oh, okay.
Was using certain resources that he would, in a specific scenario, have available to produce a script that somebody in fandom had written. Turns out nobody cares about writing scripts, at least not enough to advertise it. I don't know. Didn't get anywhere, but
I think the problem with film and the supernatural fandom is that they don't think anyone's gonna care. Like that is a big issue.
What do you mean?
Because
well,
people
yeah,
get
original
overlooked
work is
so
really
often.
hard to sell.
Yeah. So because people get overlooked so often, or they're afraid of commitment to an idea that they have, they'll just, even if they do write a script, they're not going to put it out into the world.
Although Anne is working on a script still, which I guess I'm not going to describe since I haven't asked. But just casually mention it next time you see her, like, hey, Anne, how's that fucking script coming? And just like make
That
eye
look
contact,
in her eye,
like you know that
Yes, you're
it
coming.
should.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's got to get done. All right, Pineapple, we did an hour. Is this where we cut it off? I don't know.
Or are we gonna actually cut it off while we're all like before it degenerates into?
I don't know. You're like, we can't do this for hours. I'm like, I agree, but somehow we always end up there.
I think it's impressive.
I found it
It's
impressive.
not healthy. It's not like we can't. I don't think we're well people.
But you get to have like different interactions, and like you get actually people interacting in a sense with like
Oh yeah.
person to person and in like a little chat group there. But yeah, no, you get to actually, it's like Skype but with a bunch of people, which is nice.
Yes.
So like,
Yeah.
hello, like I know who that person is, but not really behind that
Yeah.
username.
This is so fun because every time people pop in, it's like, oh, you're a fully formed human being that I can now put a face to, like, because you're so used to seeing the usernames and selfies, like people post pictures, but seeing them, talking to them, it's
Yeah, when I first was experiencing like the supernatural fandom, one of them was like at the SBN fan movie event thing that Jason held in LA. He had
You were
invited.
there? Oh shit, I was there.
You were at everything.
And we didn't even know.
I was actually hanging out with Adam a good chunk of the night.
Which Adam Rose?
Malin.
Mainly.
There's
And the
more
other
Adam.
Adam, and then the other Adam. No, yeah, because that's where I met him. I was chatting with him there.
Huh. I also met him for the first time there.
See?
Yeah.
Crazy
Small
small
world.
world.
Yeah, it was never mind.
Oh no, enlighten me.
I was oh man, I can't. I'm
I hate
getting in
it.
trouble.
Yeah, I hate it when she starts with something juicy and then she's just like, oh, never mind.
You're like,
Like,
what
you
the
tease.
fuck?
bad when Lua doesn't incriminate herself.
It's the worst.
Could we just maybe like even tentatively support not incriminating me?
Here, I'll continue on with the story. So, anywho, I'll help you out. Yeah, no, I was there, and it was the first time meeting some of the fans, and I had gone by myself, so I was like, oh, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? I know Jason, but I met Jason for the first time there, Jason Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
And we had talked on Twitter, and that was like the first time I met him. I'm like, we barely know each other. I've talked to you more on the phone than anything. Hey, how's it going? And but yeah, while I was there, like for me, I was thrown off because like fans were introducing themselves by their Twitter handles. And I was like, what what Twilight Zone am I in? And so, like, because for me, I was thrown off because it didn't make sense to me. And I was like, and so people come up to me and they're like, what's your username? And I was like, what? I'm married. Hello. Like, I don't know what you want me to give you. And then as it's progressed, like, I've really noticed that, like, it does help to know people's, like, handles, because then you're like, that's you. Like, getting to actually talk to Pineapple. I know your handle and your, like, the profile picture, but, like, other than that, it does kind of throw you off unless you're like, I'm so-and-so, and then you're like, yes, hello.
People do the opposite to me. I'll be at a con or something, and someone will introduce themselves to me as their name, and I'll be like, oh my god, I'm sorry, what does your icon online look like? They'll tell me, and I will instantly know who they are. Instantly.
I feel like we should make, like, name tags with our like Twitter handles and icons for cons, so we can all recognize each other.
Just say that
my name is.
Bring it up.
You all wear, like, the name tags. My name is boop. So and so.
Lula's abandoning us.
I'm sure she'll be back.
Let's see how chat is doing.
Oh yeah,
Sure,
I keep forgetting about this.
What is happening in there? I just see safe space, liberal tears. Okay, where did this all go wrong?
Lua was talking about her crush on Adam Malin. Then she deleted it.
Called out, sweet Jesus.
Wow.
Scandal.
Iolu bringing out the big guns.
Name tags would make so much easier, right? My God. It's funny because when I went to BurCon for the first time, people knew who I was, and I had talked to them, and I had no idea who the hell they were, because, like, sometimes people will just do, like, the photo of, like Jared or Jensen or, like, Misha.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, they're coming up to me, and I feel so. I've felt so bad because, like, they're like, oh my God, I loved this tweet, and we had this whole conversation, and I'm like, hi. I need a little bit more.
I don't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday.
I am so sorry, but what did we talk about? Because it throws me off too, because, like, a lot of people will send me, like, direct messages or, like, I'll get a bunch of notifications of, like, things, and it's like it's hard to keep up with people. And then some people I can, like, occasionally keep the conversation with, and then all of a sudden, like, a shitload of notifications come up, and I'm like, the whole conversation's gone. I don't know where it is. All these likes and retweets, and what is going on?
Oh God, it's too real.
I know. It's great though that everybody likes to chat with each other, though.
Mm-hmm.
I love Twitter. Oh my God, I love it so much.
I originally was not a fan of it, not gonna lie, and then Jason.
Once you find, like, a community and you find, like, your tribe, you know.
Yeah, because then you can really talk to people.
And you just, because there's no need to, you know, there's no icebreaker. Like, you have this thing in common, you just talk about it or whatever.
Yeah, it's nice. It is nice. Or you can just put a GIF.
Yeah.
Did
you just call it
She did. I was like, I'm just gonna overlook it.
Eject button.
I wanted to see what it would cause. What creation, what chaos it would cause.
I'm a very patient person. So I was like, I just won't say anything.
Wow.
You don't have the power to hit the eject button. That's what we want.
I'm impressed.
We can't just boot you.
What's funny is that I always call it a GIF. And then people because I worked in behind the IT department, would always get so pissed off that they would make me call it GIF. And I was like, So now I do it. now I try to read the room and like see which one they like and react. And so now I can see which one I can truly use
on a very specific.
I know it's great.
This is a gift safe space. That's it.
Yay! It's like cast and cast. You know?
Don't even start it.
This is
That's dangerous territory. I can't
We're gonna end
protect
it.
you there.
We're gonna end it right there. But like it's like a similar thing, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, where one is correct and one is an
It's
abomination.
an atrocity. Yeah, there we go.
But yeah. I don't know. So what are you up to, Scout? How's your day?
I am arting. That sums it up.
You're a
That's
better
it.
multitasker than I am.
Right?
I have not arted.
I haven't arted in so long.
Well, I've been trying to art as much as possible. I can't keep up with work, so I just do things that aren't important because they make me feel like I'm being productive when I'm not.
I hear that.
To be productive.
So
What is being productive?
you got me there.
The things that have a direct cause-effect relationship with income.
What?
She's saying some nonsense. Don't listen to her.
About being productive. Actually, I was
Disgusting.
thinking, that there is a question that I wanted to ask at an R2M panel for a while, and because I also definitely stand both Pineapple and Scout, I want to. I mean, Mary's okay.
No, you know.
Yeah, I could.
No,
With
but
or without.
because I've been a fan of your Twitter accounts for so long and your art for so long, I wanted to ask, just open-ended, what have you learned about being funny? Because you can't say no thought goes into it, you know? Like,
No, I know what you're asking.
I like this question.
yeah, no pressure. You can think
It's
about
like
it.
it's something that I have thought about before, though. A lot of the time, what people find funniest is what is blunt. It can't be drawn out. It can't make them think too hard. It has to be something that they either read it and suddenly they're like, oh god, or it doesn't really work. It's with my humor anyway.
I enjoy your humor.
I'm glad.
When I think about this question, I always think of there's just one moment we were at, I think it was Minneapolis, and I think I was talking to Corbett, and he threw in some like offhand like just pun or some shit like that, and I was like, what is happening here? Because it didn't quite hit the mark. It was funny, but if you thought about it for more than 1.5 seconds, you're like, wait, what are you saying? And you were just like, gotta be quick.
Exactly. That's it. You can't switch it off because not every single joke is going to hit. That's the problem.
You throw them all out, and what sticks.
What sticks sticks. It's like if you can't hit a bullseye on a dartboard, if you just keep throwing, it's like the monkeys and the typewriters thing. If they are left alone, they will type at least one coherent sentence.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me. I'm a bunch of monkeys with a typewriter. That's my style of humor.
What about you, Pineapple?
I've always thought I was funny, but I'm the only one who's ever thought I was funny.
I think you're fucking hilarious.
Until now.
I feel like I was always surrounded by people who never thought I was funny, so it surprises me that anyone does think I'm funny.
Is this actually news to you?
Yes. I don't know. Like Yeah, it's an interesting question. I don't know how to answer it, but
You know it's not funny.
what?
No, I was just saying, you know it's not funny. Like you see
Oh.
shit on Twitter all the time. You
I
see
found that
funny-
humorous. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, it's not funny. That's how it was phrased. I was gonna say asking people to overthink hilarity. That's what's not funny.
Is it what's happening right now? My downward spiral. So it's not funny. No, I've never. I've always been told I was not funny, so it's,
Oh, that's so terrible.
no, like
You're with your people now. Jesus.
this is what I'm saying. Like you find your tribe, and everyone. So like, I feel like once I've joined this, I say fandom, but just community of people that all like, or at least in our sort of corner of that fandom,
Yeah.
everyone like lifts each other up and is very welcoming and embracing and I've never found people who thought I was funny, so this is all very novel to me.
That's crazy. I think Corbett is also just
She's
amazingly
so
funny.
fucking funny, but she never tweets. She's so
Yeah, I've never gotten to interact with her enough to know her sense of humor.
That's why that is why we were going to do this podcast, was because I kept badgering the two of you, like, you guys are so fucking funny. Please just share that with the world. And now Corbett won't come on. We're gonna get there. But
she's very shy. She's
Yeah.
very chatty in DM, but she's very shy about tweeting. She's so fucking funny. She's really quick. She's very dry sense of humor.
yeah, yeah.
She's very funny today, actually. I like sort of pushed her into. She's probably watching this. She's like, "You fuckers."
I know. See, until she shows up to speak for herself, though, we're just gonna sing her praises, and that'll be that.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like a reverse roast. We're like a freezer.
Yeah. Freezer.
It was cold.
Yeah, go look at her timeline today. She's or the last 2 days been like I
feel like if we just get her drunk, she'll do improv and just blow everyone away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd be a very cute drunk person.
I
She
left
was.
you guys alone for fucking 2 minutes. It was really more like 10, I guess, at Minneapolis. And like, she was nervous about talking to you when I walked away. And I came back, and I wish I could remember what the conversation was about.
She
but
started interviewing me.
You said so offended. Well, I came back, and I was like, I can't tell
He does that.
crack about like it was something about mix, like the mix between, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Like, I couldn't tell if you were dating or siblings by the way you were interacting. You're like, and both of you just deadpan without missing a beat. We're like, you don't know our love. And then it was like, not only had you bonded, in this 10 minutes you'd like formed this completely straight-faced comedy unit, and I was like, what
at the same time.
in line for Swain Autos, came back, so something fucking transpired.
What happened?
Yeah.
I was gone for 10 minutes. What the hell?
It was amazing and also frightening.
Good. Oh, I'll have to pass that on to her. Amazing and frightening. The
Yeah.
Corbett Scout experience.
Core Scout.
Core Scout.
Scout
So
Corps.
immediately
It's like a
where I
robot.
went was like trying to figure out the combination.
Yes.
I was gonna say Scorbit. It just seems to make the
Scorbit.
most sense.
Scorbit.
Scorbit, yeah.
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 Lua Corbett and I have a group chat, and she named it Pine Crow, pineapple and Pilcrow, because her
I
That
was
works well.
so proud of that.
And
That's like-
I tried to change it to P3 because Poptiv is pineapple Pilcrow, and Lua was like, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Shut
Nope.
down.
No, this is just here for my entertainment. Like all things.
She's like, I'm not a part of this. I just want you guys to talk to each other, and I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Strange form of voyeurism. Go on, go on.
I mean, it's like what's happening now.
Yeah.
Scrobe it. Violet. Did we stab people in the
I
teeth
like
with
it.
wires? No, Alicia. What part of the conversation did I miss?
We stab people in the tits with wires.
Violet, you're fucking hilarious.
She is. She's so funny.
Yep.
And she's also a really talented was a graphic designer, graphics making person.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, yeah. And she she made a bunch of stuff for just kind of whining about the J2M love campaign. And she very briefly had an emotion. That's right. Can't say anything about it. And she came out the next day with all these beautiful graphics. And she just doesn't really put it out there or advertise it, but she's very, very talented, has a great eye. Suck it, Bailu.
Is this AKA Pillar of Saltiness?
It sure is. And isn't that appropriate?
I loved it when one time Misha followed her for like how long was it? Day
Like a
or something?
nanosecond?
He just randomly
wow,
followed her.
that's quite a while.
And I think the first thing she did was like, she occasionally tweets this like art of like a centaur.
Oh
You know
no.
what I'm talking about, Lua?
It's just like imagine like an ad for a BDSM club. Imagine through the eyes of Lisa Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
I think that was like, the first thing she did when she followed her, which I thought was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It's a lesser known, very popular game. Maybe it's died out now. But there's like a good year or two where Misha would follow people, whether to fuck with us or to reward people for things. And it was just to tweet them the most horrifying things to bait them into responding so that he would see it and incriminate them as the trash that they and we all are. It's a really satisfying game. Great success with Cam. It's really...
This game. My God.
Look, friendship isn't always kind.
No.
Sometimes it's the assault and battery approach to bonding.
Okay.
Oh,
Mary's
the
suddenly
Minotaur.
like,
That's the
what
thing
am I
as well.
doing here?
Oh, I have found a Minotaur.
That's totally escape shoot.
It is not always distinguishable from hazing. Friendship is,
Mhm.
you know, blurry sometimes.
Blurry.
Yeah.
I found a Minotaur. All right, Pillar
I
of
thought you meant the
Saltiness.
other thing. I thought you meant the other thing.
The other thing.
Yeah.
I've seen like, I don't think I know what you guys are talking about, but I have been sent explicit centaur porn, but it was before any of this. I'm shocked that this is one of those things that goes full circle, because that was one of the things I did not expect to come back.
If you'd seen it, you would know.
Okay.
It's just not something you forget.
No, it's not something you'd forget.
Noted.
So I'm trying to. Which one is it? Oh, I was thinking of the pony. Never mind.
There was
Pony.
The thing that you know, maybe we just shouldn't.
I just keep seeing the same one over and over again. It's just
there was a strange time where Robbie Thompson just like fucked with me on Twitter for several days.
That was a good time. It was so
He did
great.
not eat or sleep. He just did this one thing.
Oh, there's the Minotaur. Thank you, Hylu. Thank you.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah, I do.
It started when Osric had his SPN Blue, SPN Yellow, SPN Red campaign.
Yeah.
It was like a competition. And then I made the mistake of trying to because I picked Team Blue, and Robbie was like the team leader of Team Yellow, which he took.
Yeah, yellow all the way, by the way. You made a mistake. Go on.
Judged months later, still judged.
So you're judged, and we just don't want you to forget that. Continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've made a mistake. Go on with your story.
So I took this dude very seriously, and I Team Blue, and I started trash talking. And so Kim and Bree were supposed to be the team leaders of Blue, which they were,
Okay.
but they were like busy living their lives and not trash talking on Twitter every minute of the day, like I was. So somehow I feel like I painted a target on myself.
You did.
Okay, Scout. Okay.
Pineapples are yellow. What are you? What? Where's your story going?
My story is going somewhere, I promise. It's just a very convoluted story. So
Okay.
trash talk was had, and then I had a conversation with Plant, the kale, online on her personal account, and I was like, "Oh man, Team Yellow is like Team Troll. I feel like spiritually I should have been on Team Yellow." And she's like, "I know,
Yeah.
same." And she, what did I say? I'm like, Robbie Thompson must never know our secret shame. And she's like, he would be so delighted. I'm like, I know, it would be terrible. So he showed up and liked all these tweets. He wasn't tagged in them. Don't know how he found them.
He just knows.
Cassius is just talking.
He
Yeah.
liked this entire conversation.
God.
I'm like, and then we panicked. And then we tweeted about him some more, which he then came in and liked. And we're like, is he just searching for his own name?
Yeah. Wow.
And then the more we kept sort of paranoia tweeting about it, everyone realized that if you typed Robbie Thompson's name in a tweet, he would like it. So then everyone started typing Robbie Thompson's name.
It was, how do you summon Robbie Thompson? Step 1.
Step
Say Robbie
1,
Thompson.
you
Step
just
2,
say his
nope,
name.
that's it.
And then
That's it. You're done.
it snowballed, and it became this weird sort of 24 hours through fandom where everyone was just saying his name, and he would like every single
Like, Robbie Thompson, Robbie Thompson, Robbie Thompson, like 3 times in a tweet, he shows up and likes it.
That was great.
and
That's
then
dedication right there too. Like to just go through.
Oh,
all.
it got weirder.
it got weirder.
Pineapple, just pineapple.
And then he just did it to me, and tweets that no longer had his name in it. He was just looking at my timeline. Oh God, I hope he's not watching. I hope he doesn't find this.
Do you have like a lingering sense that he can hear you?
It's gonna be like that scene from Alien with him like right next to your face, and you're like.
He drew a cartoon because we were joking that if you said his name 3 times in real life, that he would just poof like an angel from like on the show and just like lean in real close to you and be like, and then disappear. I don't know, maybe I don't know why, but he just started not following, but like just liking all my tweets.
Like
There's
not
a word
like
for that.
online following, but literally following.
Yeah, like when you covertly track someone, there's a word for that. Just saying.
With a
Maybe he's
stalking.
doing like the media thing where he's just liking everything and just fucking with you.
Like, at one point, I just tweeted like a GIF of Jim from The Office. Did I say GIF or GIF?
You said
You said
GIF.
GIF.
You're still in the green.
That would have been tragic. Okay, and it was just a GIF of Jim from The Office looking from the computer to the screen and just like nodding. And he liked it, and it was just like it kept going, and then he was like everything that I was tweeting, and I was like, what did I tweet? I was like, I tweeted something and then he liked it and I posted a screenshot of it and then he liked the screenshot of it and then I posted another screenshot and then he liked it and then it kept going like 14 layers.
Oh, but at some point I started encouraging him in DM.
Yes. Because I was like, what the fuck is happening?
She
We
was
were privately.
DMing me. She was like, am I, is this happening? And I would screen cap and send it to Robbie in DM. I was so proud of myself. And he would just send back gifts, like really pleased ones, like.
And then he went on vacation, and he announced that he was going on vacation. Didn't tweet for like 2 weeks, and then he came back, and then he did it again.
It's just that's definitely what I like to call having so much time on your hands is possibly too
This
much.
could be a fun game though. Like you just pick somebody.
And you just fuck with them. And then I started, so yeah, so I forget, it was some tweet, and then he liked it again, and I was like, oh god, it's happening again. And then I posted a screenshot, and then he liked it again, and I posted a screenshot. But then I started to make, on Twitter you can add stickers to images. There's like a whole bunch of like boats and what. So I started making sticker collages on the screenshots with themes. Like it was like
Like healthy people do.
Yeah. Your manifesto, you're saying. You were making a
An
manifesto.
Egyptian theme, and I put like a little pharaoh on his icon, like a little pharaoh hat, and then there were like pyramids, and it was just and then he would like it, and then I would take another screenshot, and I'm like, this is the underwater level. And it was just like fish. This went on. The first time there were 7 levels of Inception. The second time it got to like 14. And then he just stopped, and it all went away.
And then he just.
This is like when somebody's being haunted by like a poltergeist. Maybe your house was blessed, and he left.
At one point, I just kept retweeting photos of Rob and Rich.
You should have retweeted a bunch of photos of people that were just named Rob. Like, except for him.
Here are my favorite people named Robert, and then just like anyone else. Yeah. So then, 14 levels of. I tried to make like I'll tweet the sort of diagram I made with all the sticker art.
Please do.
Understand truly how insane this was.
It was really like her growing mania was so like so
that's what I'm saying. What the sticker thing is
visibly organized. It was art in itself. So it's like that she's kind of losing grip, but it's really easy to follow. It's visually compelling. So I mean, we're all kind of there for it.
See, that's what I'm saying, is that this sticker thing is a manifesto. It's not normal. This was her manifesto. Something bad was going to happen, and maybe Robbie was like,
I think at some point
I'll stop before she snaps.
This is like detrimental to her mental health. I should probably stop.
Exactly, yeah.
So like I said, not 100% distinguishable from hazing 100%.
Yeah, well, that's what it all led up to, is we still don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know why. Oh, I was so mad because he went to New York Comic Con, but it was the same weekend as TorCon, and I was like, of course it is.
How many conventions have each of you gone? And I would have
made. Pardon?
How many conventions have each of you gone?
2 Supernatural.
Like just cons in general?
No, like Supernatural.
Oh, I have no clue.
Well, because you work them, right?
Yeah, so I have no idea.
Right
you don't count. Never mind. What? I said that.
It was San Fran, BurCon, Atlanta, Seattle, Vegas. In 1 year, I think Candace and I both, me, Candace, and Abby, just all sort of threw ourselves into it really hardcore. Just like we started going to them and didn't stop.
Okay.
Which has been pretty ridiculous. That and mixed in with Loud and Swain and Station Breaks and the fan movie premieres. I think I did something like 9 events last year, 10. So it was like 0 to 2016, did all the things.
Uh-huh.
That was very eventful. Not in like any respectable sort of like gainful way though, like Scout like has a job doing that, which I think is cool. It's a thing I've heard of. Some people do.
Some people, That's pretty impressive though, that you can have a job working like a convention circuit, like selling what you love.
Yeah, it wasn't something I ever expected was a thing, but yeah, it sort of happened on accident, so it's good that it did though.
I do it occasionally, but like, so like I do horror conventions. I did more of them when I was in upstate New York, but like last year, I was only able to do one, which was Midsummer Scream, and I'm doing that one again this year. But it's pretty cool, and I forgot how much I miss that type of environment and interaction with people on like that type of level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get stir crazy when I don't go to cons for too long.
It's because you live in a cornfield.
That's true. I don't remember the last time. No, wait, I left my house yesterday because I had to go to the post office, which is less than a block from me, so I guess it doesn't really count. But anyway.
Is my continual sending you photos of the Cartoon Network building, is that...
Yeah, what the fuck, Scout?
It
Yeah,
hurts. I feel like that's such a big jump to go into something like that. But I mean, I guess
go
I
from
don't
like a full-time illustrator to like a full-time illustrator. It does seem
yeah,
like a leap.
I can't
I
really
acknowledge
see.
that.
I hate you. I can't
Oh,
really see
same.
myself doing that. I don't know. I do want to do that, but it's so out of the realm of what I'm used to. Because right now, like, I'm self-employed. I've never worked for people in that degree as far as art goes.
I just never worked for people.
Oh God, trust me, I've worked for people. But like I said, never to that degree in art. I've always just done freelance or just worked for myself.
That's pretty cool.
Don't be supportive. I
also,
was trying
I
to make
have-
her feel hunted and late on being out here. Come to LA.
Oh, I've felt
Brazil.
that for about 2 years. I just don't
Okay,
know where
good.
to start. That's my problem. And I have no money.
Burbank, LA. Done.
Yeah.
That was all I had.
Okay.
You just gotta go for it.
The no money part is still it still hurts a little, but I'll figure something out.
Well, I mean, how much, if you don't mind me asking, I mean, I'm sure it's on Creation's website. How much are booths to like sell your art?
They're around 500 generally for a booth, which isn't bad.
No, that's not bad.
Because some big cons will charge up to 1,200.
Yeah, I know that on like a
Not usually for Artist Alley though.
Yeah, Artist
Well,
Alley
that's
is
always
cheaper.
cheaper.
They'll be the ones that are like between 200 to 500, and that's Creation is 5 and above.
I didn't know because I've noticed how their prices range quite a bit. How their convention, like getting sellers, like vendors in there, like what that was like for you guys, if they kept it on like the average of what everybody else does.
I'm not sure what their process is with deciding what their prices are. I feel like everybody just goes with it. I know that I do. I'm just like, you know what? It's not that bad. I'm actually hooked onto. You saw her at Burbank. She does all of the bullet casing stuff, Zerby. I'm actually hooked on with her. So
Okay.
I sell with her. Yeah. So like I'll pay because she has like 3/4 of a table, and then I'll get a fourth. I'll generally pay a fourth, and so on and so forth.
All right. That's pretty cool though. At least they keep it in like a decent price range, you know.
Yeah.
I actually saw gosh, you were not at the last one, right? Were you?
Who? Me? What?
Scout.
No, I was not able to make it to Houston, which was the last one.
It's either that or Jax. People were responding really positively because the vendor's room was the entrance area.
Yes, recently
does that really make a difference?
Yes, it absolutely does, because people will not willingly go somewhere else, especially with price hikes that Creation has, which that does hurt the vendors because people won't willingly go out of their way to spend money on the vendors. If it's there in front of them, they are more inclined to spend. That's just general. Like, think of it like a gas station when in front of the cash register they have all the gum and shit. You just look down and you're like, fine, I could use that. But
Oh,
if
okay.
it's out of the way, you're not going to think, oh, I should go get some gum because it's not there.
Fair.
So that's why, like, Atlanta was awful. It was so bad. Nobody went down there. No, like, that was
yeah.
a very, speaking for me, that was a pretty bad weekend because just there was no one.
What's frustrating is at TorCon there were like no vendors. It's almost none.
Because it's Canadian. It's such a pain.
And I was so ready to buy some shit, and I was like, there's no one. There was just
Yeah, dude, it's Canadian. It's so difficult. Like, me and the vendor squad have talked about that, how, like, we wish because there's so many people at Canadian ones. But it's just such a pain.
the legality of importing goods and shit.
Yep.
Alicia asked, have the concerts in the vending room done any good?
I haven't been there yet for any of the concerts. I haven't been to, I think, the past 3 or 4, which is when they started them, because they started them in San Fran, and I think it's because they put them in a circus tent, like, outside,
Oh yeah,
you know?
I thought that was very much an impromptu direct response to people's rage.
That's what
I think what happened is, I think it was Jason who said something. I think Jason was like, nobody's coming in, please do something. So they were like, let's go over there.
That's great,
And
though.
and they did.
That's supportive and willing to go do that, you know?
I hope they do it in Vegas, but Jason won't be in Vegas. I don't know if they'll do it without Jason.
I think they might, and I sure couldn't hurt to like mention it. And also, the vendors room is really close by.
Oh, that's good.
Another thing is, if they do vendor room band, it also helps because it will attract people to them as well for when they're signing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And they're selling their stuff in there too.
Yes. So it really, the vendor room band actually, it really does help everyone. And I do hope, even though it is partially selfish of me to want, because I'm benefiting deeply from it, it's still incredibly helpful.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
I like that I saw pictures from the Houston one, and people actually gave them space.
Yes.
And that was pretty amazing. But also, they just sound incredible live. Like, they really don't even have to have fully functional instruments or all of them to just sound good. Like, we just rapidly started dropping viewers as we started talking about creation.
It won't be bad stuff. We're saying good things. Good things. Vendor room band.
Well, it is 1 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, it's too fitty. It's too fitty here.
There. I have work tomorrow. But
She said as she was doing work.
I know.
I have work forever.
Work. I gotta figure out more ADR stuff tomorrow. But
That does sound thrilling.
I peed a little as you said it. What?
I said it can get challenging a little bit. Like, I've had a couple actors that, like, it took 7 weeks to get them just to come in.
Oh.
And it's just, oh my god.
Yeah. Schedules sound like just a dick to work with.
Especially because we have such a short amount of time to work with.
Yeah.
It's like, we'll have, like, the spotting session, which shows me what type of music they want to put in, what notes they want to put in, like, background sounds and everything. And then on top of it, ADR that needs to be done. And we get, like, the general list until, like, our sound editors can, like, actually listen to it and see what needs to actually be pulled. To be brought in and everything. But, I've got people around the world right now. So I've got some in London and some in New York and Vancouver and here and, everywhere.
That all need to do ADR?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So your job is to herd cats?
Essentially,
Stoned cats. Yeah.
it gets to a point where you're like, oh yeah, we've got them all herded. It's all great. And then one gets out of line, and then the whole shit show starts because then everybody else has got to move and to see if they can come in at a different time. And because I pay for all this, it's great. Because I got to pay.
All it takes is one stoned cat.
Exactly. And it goes over here, and then you're like, no! And then everything goes to shit.
God, that sounds fun.
It sounds amazing.
My work is great, guys. No, it's a lot of fun.
See, that is the thing, is that it's like we can all tell you really do like your job, and it's like, man. I mean, like, it takes a certain person to enjoy that.
I know, right? Because you get that feeling afterwards where you're like, it's all been completed. It's all in a schedule. It has been done. Like,
is there something satisfying of watching the episode go out and then watching everyone react to it? Does that like?
Yeah, I do enjoy that. Not gonna lie, I've been starting towards like the last few episodes. Been watching like the live tweets.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Because like honestly, I enjoy it because it's complete honesty, and so like, I mean, not all of them are gonna be positive, and
Hell of a year to start, though.
yeah, and with how scripts go and their timing can impact greatly of what happens, and then you don't have control of when said episodes air, and it can get into a whole thing.
An episode about the president.
Huh?
Like an episode about the president.
Like
Yeah.
the president, yes. Like the president. Or the Hitler episode.
Oh yeah. Too topical. Too topical.
That's
Too
just
close.
all of it just was
It must have had some sense of like, oh, this avalanche is happening and there's nothing we can do to stop it because the episode has to air.
yes,
That's
essentially
how
is
I'm
what happens.
imagining it went.
Yes. So like all of a sudden something happens and then it connects to everything else and then you're like, oh god.
You just see this oncoming train.
No. Yes.
You
And
can't-
then you just see it coming faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And then all of a sudden I'm like, well, we're gonna watch live tweets for this. All right, let's see what's just gonna happen with this one.
Yeah. We're all gonna burn. Might as well watch.
Like we'll hear lots of positive reviews and like obviously there's gonna be negatives, but like I enjoy hearing both sides because it gives me a sense of like especially like what the fans enjoy. And so
we only get angry because we care.
exactly.
It's passion.
And like it is noticed, like it is taken into account for of like how you guys feel about stuff. But just sometimes some things just can't be changed or can't be away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the most frustrating thing just with any work where you get to sort of see how the sausage is made and then watch people consume it to make it really awful metaphor.
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
Go on.
it's when you can't explain why something is the way that it is, but it can't be changed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing that happens where it's just like sadly not the whole thing is known and the process that it had to go through to get where it was. Like there's so many things that like can be time constraints and budget wise and like it just yeah.
And you guys are so many episodes ahead.
Yes.
Like, if fans don't, if we don't like something, you're like, not like you can.
Well,
That is the direction it's going in.
I love the impression that like all of this was written last week. Like I can't believe after we reacted that way to last week's episode, they still made that this week. Well, I mean,
I know, and it's like for us, it's like like
Something
guys-
that was accidentally written 2 years ago.
Like half the script has been written. We're already shooting like episode 20. Like obviously we're not shooting episode 20 right now, but it's like we're that far ahead and we're working on like 6 episodes at the same time that we're just trying to get everything going, and they're all in their stages of being in production or written or being prepped or being in visual effects and being seen by the studio and taking in account of everything that they're saying, what needs to be said or done or who needs to be accounted for, and like what needs to be done in this time span. Do we need to change like dates for this said thing to be in order for this to be taken in account of? And so for me, it's like there's so many, because like there's so many cuts that go out.
I'm amazed that you still managed to watch it. Like,
I
watch
enjoy
the reactions.
It's fun because it's just like, for me, it's like, it's great too because I've seen it so many times that like one comment, I'm like, we're at like 26:52. I'm like, haha, that's where we are. Like, I can tell you the time code because I've seen it so many times of like, this is happening at this scene. Like, the scene last week was like Billy dying. One line was said, and I was like, oh, I know exactly where we are. And then I was doing line by line, like saying it out loud, and then saw the next live tweet of what was happening. And I was like, and here it comes. And then we just all watched it. And it was like,
So it's more of a sadism thing. Is what you're saying.
it's like, it's interesting to watch because it's just like we were sitting there and I was like working on, I think I was working on like credits or something. I was like checking credits. And all of a sudden, I'm like watching the live tweet on the side, and I've got dailies on in my head, and I'm like watching dailies while the Twitter feed's going, and then checking credits, and I'm going through it, and then I'm like, oh, we're gonna hit it, guys, we're gonna hit it. 2 more minutes, and then like, we're gonna see the reactions.
Oh jeez.
But it's entertaining because it's just like there's scenes that we know like the fandom's gonna melt or like something's gonna hit, especially like.
The
Watching
face
dailies.
is gonna drop.
Yes. It's gonna get real. Like shit's gonna hit the fan. We're gonna get a backlash. Like it's like
So there's an adrenaline junkie thing happening here.
it's entertaining. It's like because you're like, for me personally, there's scenes that like I feel like you guys are gonna have like a more difficult time with. Of like, for example, like Billy dying. And so I thought that was going to have more of an impact. And surprisingly enough, it barely had an impact of what I had seen. It was just like, fuck yeah, Cass, woo! And I was like, oh.
Yeah, if there's any, I can tell you this, Tumblr was upset. Tumblr was very upset, but also they were not upset because there was Cass.
Yeah, it got.
Basically, if he could do anything. He could do anything, and people would be pumped.
Yeah.
It was just
It was
interesting.
really offset because we were so happy with what Cass did, and then it was like, oh fuck, but
But Billy.
Yeah, it's amazing once you involve Cass. He's just like, gotta break a few eggs, you know?
I know, I was so surprised. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna go crazy. And then it was like, nope.
like I just feel like I don't trust that any character is really dead when they die, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, death
it really
is
the end?
Stop being anything.
That's fair. I guess I've just seen so many reactions from like other things that I expected that to have more of like a boom. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun to watch though.
It's like being held captive for a very long time and then being given your favorite meal, but also you're being kicked in the face. It's like
And all you think is, this is my favorite meal.
exactly.
This is
what
my
Cass
favorite
is.
meal to be kicked in the face to. I love it.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Cass
thank you.
is everyone's favorite meal, and you're thanking them as they're kicking you. You're like, thank you.
Because you just accepted the other.
Yeah.
That's what Cass is. So just assume if Cass is there, people are going to be pretty excited. He could have killed both Sam and Dean, and people would have been like, Cass!
Done that and barbecue their corpses, and you would have been like,
that.
man, that sure was funny. That time Cass did that.
Yeah. Warming his
Oh my
hands,
God.
like.
By that fire, huh?
Oh, those Winchester corpses, nothing like them.
I mean, we're sure they'd appreciate the humor.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Oh
But
god.
just saying, that's kind of what you're looking at.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm reading something Alicia put. Mary, how much difference do you see having a stream of different writers, directors? Does it say?
Oh, I was gonna ask that too. How's it like working with different directors?
It's cool. You certainly pick up like their habits or their styles. And it's cool because they actually come in and they interact with us, and they go in with the editor and the assistant editor, and they work one-on-one putting the show together. And they're like the second cut that goes out. But no, it's cool. Some are more talkative, some are more like reserved, and then just kind of sit with, just kind of like do their own thing with like the editors, and then they're like, all right, peace, I'm out. Spate was really into like coming and interacting, and then like he'd come and get lunch with us, and like instead of like having lunch in like the office.
Not gonna
And,
lie,
like,
any
continue on
extent to which
working.
you want to talk about spate directing, here for that.
I'm okay with it. I could go with or without.
Oh,
You found a thing that we're very keen to know, like interested definitely, but like a little wild-eyed.
yeah. No, it was great. He's great. He's a great person, and I think you guys will really enjoy his episode.
I'm really looking forward to his episode.
But it is good to hear that he sat with all of the plebeians and not with the royalty.
He strikes me as a guy that would do that. Just.
Yeah, no, of course.
Like, I will eat with the peasants.
Scott's like, I would have sat on.
That's because you would show up, and even if you were directing, you would have no idea where you were allowed to sit, and just pick the least threatening place. Like, they won't find me here.
True.
And you're the director.
You gotta sit.
Now
You
I
gotta
just
sit
wanna watch.
there.
Like, yeah, but I don't want to get in anyone's way. Jesus. So
Now I just
rude.
want to watch a comedy where Scout accidentally ends up directing something and just doesn't know
Actually,
what to do with herself.
Next,
When Scout and Ann stayed with me for the album release party earlier, or actually, I guess last month,
Yesterday.
I went out to pick up Ann from LAX, and based on the times that I was going out there, it was like a 3-hour trip both ways. And then it was a couple hours.
Yeah,
We came back and
3-hour
took
trip?
a nap. What's that?
did you say a 3-hour trip?
Yeah, it was
With traffic. Yeah.
because the traffic to get out there, the time it took to like fucking like where are you in the airport, where am I kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we came back, took a nap, had an exciting day, and went back to get Scout. And
No, you didn't only do that.
what else?
There
I'm
were
sorry.
business emails answered. Go
Oh
on.
yeah. It was like, what exciting day did you have on your trip? Yeah. Anne answered some business emails, and we took a nap. Then we went to get Scout, and we were like, something like, what if we can't find her? And it evolved into this thing where like Scout has been somehow recruited as like either a model or a pop singer, and just how difficult it would be for the person recruiting her to make that happen, because the compliance could not be coerced or probably even explain what was needed, but just Scout trying and or making it really hard was just amazing. Pop star Scout.
I'm anxious, okay? I don't want to bother anyone.
Scout, 50,000 people paid to see you. Yeah, but if I go on the stage, they'll all be looking at me. I'm sure they have better things to do.
It's like, and I don't think some of the dancers are ready. I feel bad, so I just want to give them some more time. And they're better at it than me.
I really love these sequins of this like one piece thing you have, but I have this hoodie that I'm really attached to it.
Someone is
Oh
talking.
my god.
Someone's echoing. Well, I've got.
It's not me.
It's gotta be totally you. You're not wearing headphones.
It's not. I muted myself and I could still hear it.
No, I'm scared to talk.
Okay.
Scout knew it was her, so she wouldn't talk.
Stared
stared silently into the camera the rest of us have. It's either you or Mary.
Hello?
It's not
Well, you're echoing on mine. Both you and Pineapple are.
Yeah, you guys occasionally echo on mine.
You gotta mute yourself, and then see if the echo keeps happening while people are talking.
Oh, it's Mary.
I feel like we just voted her off the island or
I
something.
know.
Damn.
I mean, Scout. I think Scout muted in solidarity. He won't know which one of us it is.
Mary is my friend. I yell into the cave.
Wait. We really got away from the whole director question because we were
Oh yeah.
excited about hearing how Richard eats with the commoners,
Unwashed masses.
or just directors in general.
The unwashed masses. I like that term.
I mean, since I've been there, Rich was the only one that really like ate with us, and like we made a whole like Starbucks club and would go down to Starbucks and get some coffee. Everybody else kind of like stays in the editing bay. Yeah, there's multiple bays.
Where they store you guys.
You know, it's funny because one of them is like behind like the copier room and everything, and so it's like it's in this right. It's in like this den, and so
And we're kept in cages.
you know. And it was funny because Misha had come to visit the office today, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to see like so and so?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure. I haven't seen him in a while." And so I started bringing him in this way, and it was like between like the copier room and like into the back room. I was like, "Don't worry, I'm totally gonna murder you, but like he's in here." And he was like, he just gave me this look.
Just lampshading the fact that no, we really do live like this. It's fine.
But,
This is our life.
it's like all the edit bays are like out in like this one area, and then there's like just this one that is like in its own. We call it the cave, and because it's just on its own, and yeah, he found it funny, but yeah, no, the other directors kind of like keep to themselves, and they like to work through lunch because they like really like to get with it, and they get like 4 days to edit their cut, edit their version of the cut.
That seems like not a lot.
Well, TV's very fast, so like we've got to get it through like at least 6 cuts before like you guys see it.
6.
Because there's
Specifically us.
There's like the editor. There's the editor's cut, director's cut, producer's cut. That goes through like a couple cuts. Producer's cut can go up to like 4, and then there's the studio network cut, and then
I feel like there are different priorities between these different cuts. That's an obvious statement once you finish saying it.
I'll go now.
See, I'm good. Got the words out. See you later. What? I don't know what my question is. I'll think of it.
Okay.
Are you trying to say like probably like some of them are for like
It's not quite like what's the most important one or which one matters to you most. I guess which
like does it follow guidelines?
comes out
like,
of it with the biggest changes.
The biggest changes? I mean, it depends on the episode. So I'm trying to think. Maybe like director's cut to producer's cut has the biggest change. I think on average, I guess that's the one. Because it goes through the editor. The editor makes their own version, like their cut of it. Then the director goes off that, gives their notes, puts it like how they want it. And then it's going to go through Bob, Phil, and Andrew for the producers. And it goes to Studio Network, and they give their notes, which recently they haven't really had many notes on our episodes. But yeah, no, I don't know. It just goes through a whole process. Yeah.
Do you see each one of those?
What?
Do you see each one of those? The different versions?
I'll QC them. So like we aren't allowed to see up until I think like Studio Network or something like that. But like what we'll do is like we'll QC it to make sure that it's okay. That there's no
Return for
errors
suck.
for like
Did not approve. Oh, okay.
yeah. So like if like say there's like a red frame or like the sound is out of sync or something. So like we'll
There's a red
Red
frame.
frame.
red frames are like if it happens like in the Avid, like something got out of sync or like something jumped and there's like nothing in there between like the cuts. That'll create a red frame. Yeah. Just like any picture sound errors that could occur during like exporting. So, but with me, I'll see, because I watch the dailies, it's like you can actually see it the more that you watch dailies of how the cut is going to actually really come together, even though they've got like 3-4 takes of the same thing. You're like, that's the take. That's what's going to be used. Yeah. Which is pretty interesting, and it's with the directors you get to really get their process down. So some directors will shoot more than others. They have like this very similar style every time that they do theirs, which is why it's easier to identify who's done what episodes.
Do you find anything of particular? Did something jump out at you from Rich's style?
I can't really talk about it yet.
Oh, that's right, because it hasn't even been aired yet. I was like, oh, I wonder. That's right.
Yeah. I can talk about a previous episode.
Sure. No, I don't. I'm not talking about the episode. I just meant like his process. Like his. I imagine if you're getting what each director shot, you can tell by the difference between takes or the number of takes what they're prioritizing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is how I interpreted that.
Yeah, you can.
Which is not pressure to talk about.
Yeah, no, I can't really answer it without like giving away anything, so I'm not going to. But with his, and this comes with any actor that directs, is that they're going to have a certain style because they're used to being on the other side of it. So then they have that aspect as well as being able to interpret that and put that in a directing standpoint of like, hey, to the actors, I hear what you're saying, but so-and-so needs to have it at this angle or done this way or exaggerate it because of like eye lines not actually matching up with like where they're actually viewing it. So like somebody could be like here, but like, for example, if you're seeing my eyes right now where that eye level is, you have to exaggerate it so it looks more like you're looking up at the thing. But so it takes like a whole sense of like trying to train and really get them to understand of like where stuff is, you know. With Badham, it's interesting to see his style, especially compared to Thomas Wright, because like Thomas Wright was like the storyboarder for Hitchcock, and so he'll storyboard all of his scenes on the back of the scripts.
Oh wow!
Which is so
I would like to
cool.
see those.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Which is so cool because you'll see his process in that, and then it branches off from there.
That's so neat.
That was really cool.
Yeah. No,
I'm so tired
learning
and I've learned
stuff.
so much. Yeah.
By the way, and that might have sounded sarcastic, but it wasn't.
You're fine.
Yeah, like we're all incredibly amazed, but we just don't know how to say it nicely.
You're like, huh? Yeah, no, it's cool. It's I'm always open to answering questions because I think it's a good idea for anybody to know like the full process of like what something goes through.
I wish more people had that view because I think having questions regularly answered like that helps avoid a lot of conflict.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
so much. I was
I mean, I
actually in
think-
the comments earlier that like even just the live tweeting, when people get into when it becomes like culturally accepted that nobody hears what you're saying, the tone of it changes a lot.
Yeah, they'll
Like-
just say anything then.
Just say any fucking thing.
Which is, yeah, no, that's for sure something. Pineapple on her cat.
The gourd. That is not a cat.
It's a gourd.
I think maybe what people feel, which is why they might not be open to it, is that like maybe nervous of like revealing something, which is like why I keep my answers as basic as I can and still answer the
Don't want
question.
you to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no. Like I know what I can and cannot say, and so like everything I'm saying is just like what I can
Yeah.
say, which is like it's very simple, very like this is what I do. This is what directors do. This is the
Not like,
process they go through.
When Pasadena, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need specifics. Thanks.
That time with those people in that place and then over there.
So
Yeah,
when
tell me everything.
It was funny because there's been a few people that like asked to interview me or have interviewed me, and they'll ask me questions of like, can you tell me anything of like the season, or like what can you tell me that's like for season 12? And it's like literally the only thing that I'm gonna say is like there's these two guys that have like a really great car
you're like, it sure
and
did
they go
happen.
and
I
they
won't say
save
any
people and hunt
names, but-
things. Like Emily did it to me once, and I with one of her interviews, and I was cracking up, and it was just like immediately I was like, "There's these two brothers that save people and hunt things in the Chevy Impala," and like,
And gosh, they're still doing it. They're still doing it. Check out the
they're
season.
still doing
There's
it.
an episode. It's 42 minutes long. It sure did happen.
You know. And it was funny because I had gotten like permission, and I was like, "Is it okay if I do like interviews and stuff, like to chat with people?" And they're like, "Yeah, like as long as you don't reveal anything." I'm like, "What? I'm not gonna do that. Like,
Yeah.
if anything, I'm gonna give a sarcastic."
Went rogue.
I know, Jesus. Like
That
if
would be kind of
anything,
hilarious.
like if anything, I'm gonna give you a sarcastic answer, and you're gonna immediately know it's something that I can't answer. Like,
One of my favorite things was I guess a year or two, God, at this point, ago, I was transcribing an interview that Matt did with some complete fucking douchebag, but she had asked about how to get away with murder, and without skipping a beat, he's like, "I can tell you that probably someone will die. We're gonna have sex. I play a character." Keeps
not
going
seeing
until
ways
she
how to
just
play
twigs
it.
that no, I can't tell you anything. It's made me
Like,
very
it's
happy.
it's great because then you can find like new ways of saying like absolutely nothing, just to be like,
That's something that I've noticed. I used to listen to a lot of interviews, and then like of the same people, and then I would start to realize they're just saying the same thing in different ways. I love it.
Like nothing is
I
being
love-
said here at all.
I
I
love
mean, this
watching.
is an art form with Robin Rich.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Nothing is being said. There is no information.
Literally none.
I love when they do the San Diego Comic-Con panel because you were literally getting no information. It is like
getting nothing.
40 minutes of them not answering questions. It's amazing.
It's like I see that enough. Why are people waiting hours to get in to see that?
That's amazing to me.
And like they're
Like
always
the,
like,
the
"No,
last
we're
one they did, they
waiting for a
answered
panel."
2 questions, which were basically like biographical, like their names, and
Yeah.
like what is the show? That's it.
Can you find it?"
Where am I?
I don't think I ever even watched, but Cam and Abby were there.
This year's, or well, last year's.
Yeah.
I couldn't. That was my first Comic-Con, and it was crazy because I was on top of the Warner Brothers booth, and I was with Rob and Rich, while the
Were you
boys.
supposed to? Oh, okay.
Huh?
Ignore me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, so I'm picturing on top of a booth, and then I realized that was stupid, so I stopped talking.
So
I know what
like,
she was picturing. Go on. It was not important.
so there's booths at Comic-Con, right? And they've got stages on top. We were on top said stage of said booth.
Tracking.
Yep.
I'm with you.
Anywho, so we were up there and we were chatting, and it was crazy because that was my first time being at Comic-Con, and then like Rob and Rich were like, because I was like, oh, there's like not a lot of people for like the signing for Supernatural, because it was like just before the panel. He goes, well, a good chunk of them have been like waiting 8 days and hours and weeks and what have you, like in the Hall H line. And then he goes, just give it 5 minutes. And within 5 minutes, there was like this giant ass swarm of like everybody, and it was like, holy shit. And like to see it from like up above, where like thousands of people are like surrounded around this booth, and then you look around and they're like scattered and they're like doing the thing, and like they're like, because we were also near like the Walking Dead booth. Like I can pull up a picture on my phone of just like the volume of people, and he was like, didn't I tell you? And I was like, okay.
So proud.
But like it was nice because we got studio passes to go to the panel, and on top of it being, yeah, it really was, and on top of it being my first panel, I had done the graphics for it.
Oh,
Fancy.
Which was like fucking mind-blowing, because like hearing people screech at like something I had done was just, it was so surreal.
I almost just got like legitimately sentimental, like, that's our Mary.
Like it was
She did
just
so good. She did so good.
like
we just have been your proud moms.
Yeah, proud mama hen.
like
Holy shit, dude.
Oh wow.
Oh, that. Oh my god. Okay.
but like being
Is that-
there,
Not a picture of an active ant farm.
but like witnessing that, and I was like, holy hell. And then like being in the convention, like in the Hall H, and just witnessing like the graphics of me doing like coming soon, and then and like the intro to the gag reel and stuff, and people being like, oh my god, I was like, this is pretty cool. Like I can, all right, like this, I'm fine with this. And Osric was next to me because he was like my like little +1 sitting there, and it threw me.
Osric was your +1.
No, he was, because I had to get him up on the stage and everything.
Oh, that's so fine.
Because it was only for like this year's like cast and crew and everything. But it was so strange because I got used to talking to him just like person to person, but like sitting next to him was crazy because like everybody's coming up and being like, oh my god, Osric, oh my god. And I was like, you're something. You are like, you are something to these people. And it just like, I was like, wow, like this is, and it was funny because another coworker was like sitting next to us, and they were like reaching and like practically toppling over him, not knowing that he is like now like the co-producer of the show. and he's like, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like the attention. And so he's like kind of like sitting there like, okay, like, all right, okay. And he's like, let me just move out of the way instead of you practically sitting on my lap, was like essentially what had happened. And then it was like, it was funny because he's like, there's too many people around me right now. Like, and it was like one of those things. And, but no, it was just so surreal. And it was just like, being there really made me realize what this means
Was
to like
it Bobo?
the fandom. What?
Was it Bobo?
Was Bobo what?
Was it
The
he didn't like mention Bobo?
Oh no.
That was also what I thought.
Bobo was on the other aisle.
I just imagine him doing the uncomfortable
Yeah,
cat
I
thing.
just-
Like
I-
he's smiling,
I can
but
imagine. He's like, yeah, no, it wasn't Bobo. No, they're all great humans. They're great people.
we enjoy tormenting
tolerant.
each other,
Everything
too.
else.
I have here, this is disturbing. I have a mug with his face on it.
Oh my god.
That's so great. Wait.
Why
Keep
is
it
it
there.
a news thing?
What?
Why
That-
is it a news thing?
Because he was on what was it, Lua? I think you know this better than I do.
I actually missed that, but it was Robert Barron's concern about Nicorette shortage. And that's what it
This is
was.
a
Robert
real
Barron's was
screenshot.
concerned
This
about
is not
Nicorette shortage.
photoshopped. This is a real thing that happened. He was on the news to talk.
He was concerned over the Nicorette shortage.
Yeah, just a concerned citizen.
Yeah.
Heather knows.
The real thing that happened.
And
And
it will
then,
haunt him for years.
and
I
then
thought that was Photoshop.
no, it's super real. And then everyone tormented him with that screenshot. And then Nell, who's mostly 10 on Twitter, put it on a t-shirt on her Redbubble as a joke. And then I found it and I was like, what is this? Can I get it on a coffee mug? And she's like, sure. And then she added it to the coffee mug. Like, you can just do that in a Redbubble shop. And I was like, because I always take a joke 18 steps too far.
I love it so much.
That's why you
Corbett.
That's why you got stalked by Robbie Thompson.
Yeah.
Probably, because that happened before. And then, like, I got it, and I just tweeted Bobo, like, a photo of myself. Like, just, like, a obviously posed photo where I was like, what a nice day it is.
Did he love it?
He retweeted it. And then I periodically just send him pictures of it. I put, like, a little, like, party hat for his birthday on it. And I brought it to TorCon. And just sent him pictures of it from TorCon. I didn't do it as much as I planned on it. I just enjoy trolling any of the
I saw
writers,
that
really.
I saw that
Oh,
once
God.
or twice. What?
I'm trying
That's
to
your
think.
echo.
What con was it? It wasn't that long ago. I think it might have. It was BurCon. Barron's was there, and I hung out with him at the bar a little bit, and I was like, I need you to know that I love that you've become a meme, but you appear to hate it. And he was like, listen, I don't mind that much, except I discovered vanity. He's like, so I hate my face. I was like, I couldn't tell from the dead looks that you give in, like, group staff photos.
No, I had no idea.
So that made me laugh.
Oh my god.
I choose to believe that every 6 months when somebody goads me into tweeting that video of him dancing at PASCON 2015 to different music, I choose to believe that he secretly loves it. And he responded, he used the words, "You ruined my life," but
Wait, there's a video of him dancing at
Oh my
PASCON?
god. Bring it back, Lua. Bring it back.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to find it. But I will.
The best thing.
God,
When I
that just
got, by the way,
doesn't-
when I got this shirt, people tagged Bobo in the tweet, like, look, it's you.
I'm wearing
Because-
a shirt from
because if
the
you can
early
give me the-
90s.
Oh, there you go. If you can give me
That-
that video, I'll just slowly, I'll play it on my computer and just slowly turn the monitor towards him. I'm like,
We have someone on the inside.
Oh
we're
my
doing the
god.
echo thing again.
Bobo trolling is about to get so much better.
Okay, unmute. I think damn, sometimes that fixes it. There's a delay. It starts a feedback loop, but I'm just gonna blame
clearly not
Scale.
me.
Like your offended noise also echoed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope that echoed.
I keep missing the comments. Okay. Can you still enjoy the show after going through the whole process of creating it? Yeah. Yeah, I can. I keep missing these. I feel so bad.
I can't believe these people are still tolerating us.
14 viewers.
Jesus. It's 1:30 in the morning.
I know I should probably go to bed, but I'm wide awake.
I am downloading random graphics to make collages. This is the last thing I need to do with my life or time.
No, you need to find the Bobo video.
That's true. Where would I put that?
Oh, we gotta think of something weird to do at Vegas Con.
Something weird. I
I
mean,
feel like you guys all just existing all at once at Vegas Con will be weird enough, but
I feel like
I'm
that's
so
you know.
sad you're not coming, Scout.
I know. Come on, Scout.
it's so expensive getting out of my cornfield. And then the reason why I would have to go all 4 days is because I would need to vend all 4 days. And vending all 4 days
That's a
is
lot.
like death.
I've worked at cons, and I worked at one con that was 4 days long, and it was just...
It's just too much. It's too much. I can't do it.
I did that for E3. I worked E3. Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I worked at Fan Expo in Toronto, which was, it's 140,000 people go to that con, and it was absolutely hellish. It was the most overcrowded con I've ever seen. It looks worse than that picture you showed me. It looks worse than that. It took like 40 minutes to get from one building to another through catwalk. It was just unbearable.
Wow.
That is 70 times the amount of people that live in my county.
Oh my god.
Do you have like, what, 20 people in your county?
Roughly.
We have Scout Con where we all just come to you.
Did you see those stupid things that Josh was making yesterday? The Scout Con, or I guess the Iowa Con ads, like the Raising Cane photo op, where you get a photo op with you and Tim Omenson and Kitty Kane.
you're gonna find like people are going to show up if you do this long enough. And enough
Somebody
people see it.
legitimately asked where it was, like when it was. I need to find it again.
I need to instigate. Where do I do find that again?
Where is he? There he is. There are some that I think you guys will really enjoy. SPN Iowa just announced auction open for Saturday event. Construction with Collins, installing the only stop sign in town. Opening bid $300. SPN Iowa just announced Saturday event recrop with Crowley. Armani not recommended. Tickets $229. SPN Iowa just announced Friday evening event in Cornfield. Shuck with Chuck. Tickets $2.99. Dinner provided by you afterwards. SPN Iowa just announced a fabulous Friday morning special. Cornflakes with Chris Schmelke. Tickets $1.99. Bring your own bowl. Milk included. And then the Kane one. He was on a roll. Wait, no, there was one more.
Who
Coming
did
soon. A friend of mine, who he is the husband of the person that I was vending with in Burbank.
Okay.
Coming soon, SPN Iowa. Thursday special 8-hour cornfield tour with Scout and Roger the Alien. The ticket's $300. 20 spots available. And so far, that's all that's announced for SPN Iowa. I like how it's the whole state. It's not like a specific place. Like it isn't a city. It's the whole state.
Yeah. I like
Part of the
Annika just had that tweet like minutes ago. Already had that video I could not even find on my own timeline from months ago. She just had it.
You know, just in case.
The end. And you know who would not?
Apparently you.
Me, correct. Got it one.
All right. Well, I gotta go.
We should all go.
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
We're just avoiding the inevitable.
Yeah.
I have to wake up in like 5 hours.
All right.
She begged us to start this, and now she's begging us to stop.
No. What?
There, I put that here. I'm gonna put this link in here. So there's that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Why?
Alright, I'm gonna take this off the air. So good night, you wonderful bastards.
Oh my god.
I hope that we won't be back for at
fantastic.
least 2 days, because it will mean we were living. Good